What do we all want when we grow older? Feel connected to those around us, to be safe and secure, knowing we're going to get the care we need in the way we need it. But for 7 out of 10 of us, that's not going to happen. As we age, behavioral problems like anxiety, depression, confusion increase. When we're seniors, a third of us get some form of dementia, another 15% of major mental illness. It's because of problems like these that 7 out of 10 of us end up in long-term care. I'm Matt Morris, CEO of VisibleHand, and I know that this scares me. My grandparents ended up in long-term care, and the treatment they received is typical when you have behavioral issues. Dangerous behavior control meds that completely snow you, and then trips to the emergency room because of the side effects. But it doesn't have to be this way for us. Frontline care staff, the ones who have the most frequent interactions with patients, just aren't given the tools they need to know that when your grandma gets upset, the right kind of music can work just as well as a drug. And when grandpa forgets what year it is, he's totally fine as long as you just play along with him. Frontline care staff are good people who are paid a little over minimum wage, get only about 6 weeks of basic care training, no behavioral training. And they have no way to get guidance from clinical experts when they actually need it. My dad, Dr. Harvey Morris, is a clinical expert with over 30 years of experience. He works with long-term care facilities, and he experiences these frustrations every day. Me, in undergrad, I lived and breathed behavioral psychology. When I graduated, I was one of 2 people to be offered a full scholarship to Harvard University's behavioral psych PhD program. But I didn't take it. I wanted to pursue my passion of combining behavioral science with data science, and went on to help create several digital health and data science software companies. My dad and I decided we had to be the ones to solve the behavioral health problem. So we looked at what the big problems were right now, and we saw that frontline care staff just weren't using the existing logbooks and clunky kiosks to input accurate data. And as a result, clinicians were spending a lot of time wading through unreliable information, and then of course, they couldn't figure out what worked best for the patients. That's why we built a mobile app that we put directly into the hands of the care staff. It allows them to connect with their patients. It shows them best practices. It makes it easy for them to record what they are observing right now, and then be shown what is most likely to help that patient with those symptoms. It's like having a behavioral expert right in your pocket. The part that I find the most exciting, though, is what we're doing with the accurate data that we're collecting. We're data scientists, so we built proprietary machine learning algorithms that allow clinicians to quickly figure out what works best for each patient. We call this precision behavioral health, and it's a term we created because we're the first ones doing this. We also use our algorithms to track how the staff members perform with their patients. This gives supervisors actionable information for targeted training, and it gives us information about what staff characteristics make a difference in the effectiveness of a treatment for any patient. For example, it might not surprise you to learn that a woman who has dementia and is getting very anxious will respond well to light touch, but only when the caregiver is also a female. Essentially what we're doing is building this large database of best practices based on real-world information. This is something that has a lot of value for healthcare providers as well as healthcare payers. And there's good precedence that it can be very valuable for the company that's able to do it. When we began Boomtown, our initial customer was using our software with 38 of their patients. They quickly improved patient outcomes, and by analyzing their reimbursement data, we've been able to see that they're now saving $10,000 to $20,000 every month. Thank you. it's because of this kind of success and growing government regulations for improving behavioral health care that we're getting a lot of attention. We're able to sign on 5 new facilities with a total of 320 new patients, all without doing any advertising, just word of mouth. You think that's good? Next month, 2 national conferences. Our software is being showcased. This was by invite. I don't know how we were lucky enough to get it, but we were discovered by them. We're being featured. We're going to have to be ready for a lot of exposure. We're also now starting to work with a section of the Canadian government that wants us to help out their long-term care facilities. We're going to continue expanding in the long-term care market, which is huge. But because of our collaboration with the Medical Group Management Association and the Colorado Permanente Medical Group, we're being introduced to additional healthcare sectors that are starting to try to figure out how to improve behavioral health care. This includes hospitals where behavioral issues can increase the cost of care by up to 200%. In fact, we're working right now with CPMG on a trial of our software in one of their acute care settings. The reason we've been so successful is because of our team. In addition to myself and my dad, we have a business and marketing person who somehow is just as technical as the rest of us, and I have a huge technical background. We've got a Stanford PhD data scientist and this amazing advisory board of MDs, clinicians, and business strategists. Our big challenge right now is really just ramping up to meet all of this growing demand, but it's a problem we're glad we have. 70% of us are going to end up in long-term care. It's our future. Let's make it the best we can. We're VisibleHand. We have the technology. We have the experience. We are doing this. Thank you.